welcome to another episode of The Creators. This time I am joined by the owner of Alakazam Magic, but not only that, he is the sole creator of Alakazam, I guess. But yeah, the sole creator of Alakazam Magic as well, Mr. Peter Nardi.
Hello,
I'll clap
James.
because there's no one else here to clap for you.
I'll clap. I'll clap myself.
There we go. Perfect. Good. So first off, thank you for agreeing to do this.
That's all right.
The idea with all of these is to find people who are sort of specialists in their field, and just to find out from their stories, their sort of fails, their wins, any advice that they have along the way. And I thought there was no one better really to talk about magic business than someone that owns arguably the biggest magic company in the UK. So I came straight to you. You also give me an awful lot, even just before talking to you now. You also gave me advice about my business and stuff, and you've always given me business advice over the years. So yeah, I thought you would be the best person to pick your brains about starting a magic business.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, you haven't said anything yet, so that might be short-lived.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we might as well start at the very beginning. Now, the idea with these isn't so much to be an interview as to be sort of advice. But in order to get to the advice, it's good to sort of dissect what you did and how you sort of went forward on your journey. And then hopefully from that, there'll be little nuggets of advice that we can pick up. So one of the things that magicians often look is the business side of magic. And I would say it's probably the hardest part of magic. And I know that we're constantly learning tricks and we're learning methods and we're honing our characters and skills, but the business side, I think, is equally as hard. I think you are constantly learning the business side as well. And with technology coming about, there's always new innovations. And again, at Alakazam, your business is known for innovating in technology, mainly because you are obsessed with technology.
Yeah.
But also, it does help with business. It really does. So we'll start at the very beginning. How did Alakazam sort of come about? What was the origins of it?
Right. So Alakazam was, I think it was about 1988 or something. I started getting back into magic, and I was going into Davenport's. Might have been a little bit later than that, but I was going into Davenport's. I was buying a trick every week, taking it home, showing Jen, showing my mum, showing my mother-in-law, and then next week I'd buy another one. Now my mum has always been an entrepreneur. That's what she did. She just used to do deals here, deals there, and so I think I always had that sort of bred into me. My mum always said, like, if you see something that you think's going to be good, and mum would do everything. Some of the things she bought, you thought, wow, this is never going to work, and it worked, and other things, didn't. You have your failures, but I just realized that, especially at the time, I will say, and I'll explain this a bit later, but the magic business was different then to what it is now. All right, and I'll explain all that. And I'm not going to say it was easier back then, but it was different. But I sort of understood by doing a bit of research that if I purchased 3 tricks, free of one product from a wholesaler, I could get my one for free, sell the other 2, sort of sell the other 2 to make the money back to pay for mine. And that's how Alakazam started, really. It started very small. It's taken years to build. So anyone that thinks they can get into this and, make a success by tomorrow, I think, unless you are just a master at Google and social advertising and everything else, I think it's going to take a lot of time, dedication, and hard work. I don't want to put a downer on it, but it took me and Jen maybe 10 to 12 years before we were in a position where we sort of went at it full time. And even then, it was like that.
Ropey, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were at a crossroads where if we had